So, how have you been getting on with using your exam preparation success planner? Is it helping you to keep focused and on task? I really hope so. And as always, if you have any questions, please do reply directly to the email and I will, of course, get back to you. So last week we did a focus on phonics, and I'd love to know how you all got on and how your child got on. So again, please do reply to the email, let me know. If you need any further resources for phonics, I'd be more than happy to share what I use. So again, just please reply to the email. So today we are going to focus on maths, and we're going to start with counting objects. So of course, in their assessment, they will be asked to count, and they will be asked to count objects. So this can be either objects on a piece of paper, or it could be real objects. So in our lessons, we'd practice with both. And this is how I teach the children that I teach. So we will start off with, for example, a picture of 4 teddy bears, let's say, and I'll make it very visually appealing. It will be very colourful, and I will ask the child to count the teddies. Now, when you first start with this with your child, they may be tempted to rush and not count each teddy individually. So instead of counting 4, they may rush and count 5 or 6 and just keep going. So you need to really ground them and keep them really focused on what they are counting. And the way I do this is by literally pointing with them to each individual object. And we count together, and we do this until they are confident and comfortable doing it on their own. So they count the 4 teddies, and then what I always do, I get them to write the number. And I do this straight away. I do this from the first lesson. I get them to write the number. I want to see how they form their numbers. And in the beginning, it's not about writing the number perfectly. It does not have to be perfect. Whatever they do, really praise them. Because at this age, at 3 or 4, it's going to be challenging for them. Some of them may have never written their numbers before. Some of your children may have written their numbers before, but always praise them. I've seen this a few times where parents will tell their children, no, that's not how you do the number 4, or they'll tell them off for it not looking a certain way. And there is a place for that, but especially in the beginning, you want to just really praise them. Oh, well done, you've tried really hard. Like, obviously, don't tell them, well done, that's a perfect number 4. But just praise in terms of, you've done a great job, you're trying really hard. Just praise their effort, because it is challenging for them. So they will always write the number. I will then always show them how to write the number. The more they see this, the more they can commit it to memory, the quicker they will learn how to do it. So every week I see it. It's incredible. By the second or third week, their number formation has already improved. Okay. Then I will ask the child to find 4 objects in their home. It can be the same object, it can be different objects. I always tell the parents of my children that I'm teaching to bring certain items to the lesson. So I might have asked you to bring a box of toys that is your child's favorite, or counters, or Numicon. And I will ask them to physically pick 4 objects and count them individually. And this is how I teach how to count objects. You want to do it both ways. You want to do it on the paper, and you want to do it real life. I also often use my fingers. We will count fingers. I'll count my fingers. They'll count their fingers. They'll count your fingers. It's just really helpful. I might ask them also to draw 4 balls. draw 4 lolly sticks. Okay, so there's just so many ways to be creative and teach them how to count objects. And it's really fun. And the more you do it, the more familiar they will get with their numbers. Always ask your child to write the number. Always praise them. Always show them how to do it. But make it all about them. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with me. Even though my number looks amazing, it doesn't matter. It's all about them. So I will always put the ownership on them. Okay, I'm going to copy your number. Your number is you've tried so hard at your number. It's all about them. And the more that they feel that they're the ones taking ownership of their own learning, the more you'll see that they will want to do it. I have children each week who literally, they just can't wait to show me their numbers, and it's always a joy. So for the aspects of learning here, for counting objects, one of the aspects of learning could be to count individual objects. Aspect of learning number 2 could be to write the number. Aspect of learning number 3 could be to count real objects. Okay, so that's just an example. Of course, your aspects of learning could be whatever you want them to be, whatever your child is working on. But please, this week, focus on counting objects. When you're out and about in nature, you could say, count the birds. How many birds can you see? How many trees can you see? How many clouds can you, just everything. Just count, make it fun. So yeah, that's what I have for you.